Right now, though, going to talk about feeding the hungry in Battle Creek. And there's a new plan. Well, it's not new, but an innovative way that hasn't been done before. Let's put it that way. Mobile soup kitchen. And Pastor Bill Stein is here to talk about that. Is it safe to say that you're the mastermind of this plan? Were you the one who thought of it?
Actually, my family members and I were responsible for that. Good morning, by the way.
Good morning. Yes.
My mother, who is a retired nutrition food service supervisor at the VA, and I, and along with my nephew, Damon, we sat down and, we worked on this project because there were so many people appealing to me as a minister of the community for alternative sustenance. And so we decided to do a little research, and I approached my family members, especially my mother, because of her area of expertise. And we decided that we were going to go ahead and launch the God's Kitchen program. Okay. So we've been doing that now since we incorporated on January 20th of 2011. So we're just over 7 years old.
All right. So, but let me first say, the goal is to start fundraising for the mobile soup kitchen, and you want a food truck for that.
That is correct.
The fundraising is not being done by God's Kitchen.
No, it's not. It's being done by God's Kitchen's sister company, CALTRAN. CALTRAN has been in existence for 24 years. Many people here in Battle Creek, Calhoun County know that I started CALTRAN back in 1994 to provide alternative countywide transportation to the community. We've also decided to expand the program to include hunger relief. And so, therefore, it is CALTRAN that is instrumental in putting this GoFundMe campaign together to buy these mobile soup kitchens.
And it's kind of an interesting coming together, isn't it? Because CALTRAN was first made as a transportation, effort, and God's Kitchen was food. But it's both. It's moving food. So
absolutely,
it's kind of a melding of the two areas. So You're looking to raise $220,000 for this mobile soup kitchen.
That is correct. The lion's share of the funds for this mobile soup kitchen will go into the acquisition of the food truck itself. The cost of the food truck is $161,500, but it'll be custom made. Everything is stainless steel by law. We have to have a 3-compartment sink on board and then a separate dedicated hand washing sink. There will be a refrigerator and freezer on board. We'll also have a 6 burner oven and stove, along with a convection oven and a few other amenities that will allow us to, like I said, become a mobile soup kitchen. We can go into any neighborhood and we can serve the people right there where they live. When we started serving meals 7 years ago, several folks from Urbandale especially told me that they were upset because they walked 20 city blocks down to First Baptist Church where we started serving. And, if you don't have any money to ride the city bus, or you don't have a buddy or someone who's willing to provide you with a lift, then you have to really be destitute in order to walk that many blocks.
You're going to burn off all the calories.
That's right. Well, on the way home after you've consumed the food, no doubt. But, there's an issue that was always raised during that time frame about indigent folks not being able to, make it down there because of that. And if you notice, the federal government, in conjunction with the school districts, have their Meet Up and Eat Up summer nutrition program, where food is being served in the neighborhoods where the kids live. After all, children don't have vehicles. And a lot of low-income families can't afford a vehicle either. And so, like I said, it becomes a deterrent if you do not have a vehicle in order to access even basic resources.
Yeah, that's one of the, I would say, fatal flaws of concepts of any kind of, helping those in need, is if it's a centralized location. Often, how do you get there?
Yeah, that's correct. Because even, because we serve in Kalamazoo as well, and, the church is right next to Bronson Park. So a lot of the homeless, for example, they congregate in that area, and so it's easier for them to just walk over to the church and grab a meal.
Not the same situation here in Battle Creek. Joining us right now, Pastor Bill Stein, talking about Battle Creek Cares, the fundraiser to get a food truck to help the homeless here, and the hungry, not just the homeless, here in the Battle Creek area. So once the food truck is purchased and it's equipped and it's got new logos on it and everything, I'd imagine that's part of the plan. what's the average day for that truck going to be like?
Well, the objective here with our program is to serve meals 5 nights a week. When our soup kitchen was first established, we served meals Monday through Friday. So we're praying that we'll be able to go back to that Monday through Friday format. The truck will be deployed throughout metropolitan Battle Creek, primarily in the low-income census tract. So, for example, Post Franklin, Washington Heights, Urbandale, Verona. Those neighborhoods will be the primary focus of our program. We hope to eventually get a small fleet of 4 mobile soup kitchens that will traverse the Battle Creek community in order to feed the people in the neighborhoods where they live.
So how many people do you expect this let's just say one truck will be able to feed in a given week?
Well, we're looking at serving roughly 1,000 meals a week. So that would be 200 meals every weeknight, Monday through Friday. And, we would have to gauge the number of meals that we'll be loading on the truck based on the number of people who attend, our meal service in the community. So, for example, holiday meals, of course, we serve more people versus the standard weekday activity.
Yeah, and I'd imagine, you don't want to put too much on there. It might lead to spoilage, and that's no good.
Right. We've always implemented a daily guest count, so we document the number of people that come down and the number of meals that are served, both adults and youth. So thus far, we've served nearly 121,000 meals in the time that our sister program, God's Kitchen, has existed.
Now, how many... I would imagine the food for this food truck will come from the same source that God's Kitchen gets it, right? Purchased through donations?
Yes. We have some community partners such as Walmart, Sam's Club, Myers, especially, that have been involved with our organization. As a matter of fact, we've notified them of our intent to expand the program via our mobile soup kitchen endeavor. And so, thus far, they said that we're with you, but, we've submitted the paperwork because there's protocols that you have to follow. But, we also are expecting donations from foundations, corporations, and others that have gotten on board in the past, and especially the unions. For example, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters, Local 333, they were with us from the very beginning, even before we served our first meal, and God bless them. And, we thank them for embracing our hunger relief efforts.
Forgive me for going on a little bit of a tangent, but it is so important. You mentioned the Walmart, Sam's Club, Meijer. There's the food that can be donated from these businesses is astronomical. It's unthinkable how much food they throw away. You know what I mean? And you often I've heard horror stories of places like a grocery store. They throw away the food and the employees are instructed to pour bleach on it. You know what I mean? Because they don't want, people who are hungry going through and getting this food.
Well, it's not always that the people that do dumpster diving are hungry. Well, some of those folks, they will take the food from the dumpsters and they'll attempt to sell it themselves. Case in point, several years ago, when there was a power outage here in Battle Creek because of a storm, the freezers and refrigerators went down at the church, and so we had to cast out all that food that was refrigerated or frozen. And days later, I saw a young man and his girlfriend in the dumpster. I mean, the meat was green. Green. And so we tried to dissuade him from taking the food, and he just continued to argue. He said, no, I'm not going to do that. He said, when you threw it in the dumpster, it's anybody's resource now. So, I mean, this was not an episode of Perry Mason, but, but the young man, he did take the food, and, I
hope he didn't eat it.
I prayed that that's the case. But like I said, the meat was green.
Oh, man. Yeah, it isn't an exact science. I mean, and there is logic to the steps that those grocery stores will take, but it is kind of disheartening, and I would much rather see that food given to a organization to help feed the hungry.
Indeed, there is a food rescue program that some people may not be aware of. Like I said, Sam's Club, Myers, Walmart, they partner with the Food Bank of South Central Michigan, and so when they have enough food to distribute to the food bank, they will contact them. The food bank will then distribute a truck over there to pick up the food. They'll take it back to their Wayne Street location out in the fort, and then they have volunteers that will separate the good from the bad and refrigerate or freeze the meat. And then, canned goods and things, so they'll be sorted and put on shelves. So that is a benefit for the community, but not everyone benefits from that.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly. That's why you need something like this food truck.
Absolutely.
A few more minutes here with Pastor Bill Stein. He's looking to help raise $220,000 to help start up a mobile soup kitchen here in Battle Creek. The fundraiser is called Battle Creek Cares, and I guess this is really a way to prove that, is if we can make this goal.
Indeed. Well, even the Bible tells us faith without works is dead. So we can talk about things until we're blue in the face, but until we get out there and demonstrate it, not only in word but in deed, that's the telltale sign about the success or failure of an initiative, no matter what it may be.
Yeah. So $220,000. That's going to cover all of the costs for one truck, right? Including
correct.
Getting the truck, getting it set up to code, all that.
Right.
Okay.
Because there's a lot involved in the process. Look, the insurance for this mobile soup kitchen is $5,000 alone. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's expensive. So then we'll be able to buy food, of course. The $161,500 price tag for the vehicle, that includes all the stenciling and so forth. And, that will help us out. So none of that money will be applied towards paying anyone's salaries. We just don't have the resource to do that based on that estimate.
So how can people donate? There's a lot of ways, right?
Yeah. The first is to go to our GoFundMe site, GoFundMe.com/Battle Creek Cares. Again, Battle Creek Cares on GoFundMe. You can go to the CALTRAN Facebook page at CALTRAN Michigan on Facebook. Again, that's CALTRAN Michigan on Facebook. You can send a check or a money order to our organization. That information is also on our GoFundMe page, so you can cut a check or, like I said, provide a money order. And you might see me standing on corners somewhere around Battle Creek, primarily in the Beckley Road corridor area, Capitol and Columbia. I was there the other day, raised $1,100. Thank you for those who gave. And like I said, just give us a call. You can call us at area code 269-615-8080 if you would like to learn more about how you can participate. We pray that many of the churches in the community will be involved. There's 125 churches in Battle Creek.
Yeah.
If each one of those churches took up a love offering of $1,000 or more, that's $125,000, just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
What could also be an amazing infusion of cash? You recently sent a letter to the Battle Creek City Commission looking for some help.
Actually, I participated at the City Commission on Tuesday night and made an appeal to the Commission to provide us with a grant to buy our first vehicle. Also had an opportunity to talk to the wonderful folks out at Battle Creek Unlimited because eventually we will need a commissary from which to prepare the meals, load the trucks, maintain them, and the like. And we prefer Fort Custer Industrial Park because it provides us with easy access to all of the neighborhoods around here.
And the land's quite affordable with the help from Battle Creek Unlimited.
Indeed. Well, they're trying to provide incentives for entrepreneurs, to start up businesses in Battle Creek. Like I said, Caltran's been around for 24 years now, but eventually we have to have a place from which to prepare all of these resources. We can't put all the stuff on the food truck, but but we can pack the refrigerators and the freezers and stuff, and then go ahead and serve the meals to those who are interested. I want to once again publicly thank Mayor Mark Binke for taking the time to meet with me privately to discuss this issue. We need 5 of those 8 votes, folks. So please contact your city commissioner and encourage them to cast a yes vote for this endeavor. Under the Home Rule City Act, which is a state law, in the city of Battle Creek is a home rule city. It says that a municipality can allocate and appropriate funds to a nonprofit organization, and many of you know that the city's been doing that for decades. So, this is not something new. We are a 501c3 organization, and we provided the city with a packet that contained that information.
All right. Well, Battle Creek Cares help Pastor Stein and Caltran put together this food truck, and hopefully many more to come. The website, GoFundMe.com/Battle Creek Cares is how you can donate. And you can also go to the Caltran Facebook page. Pastor Stein, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, and thank all of those donors in advance for your charitable contributions. God bless you.
We'll maybe get an update on this later on.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.